Okay, I'm calling this meeting to order, Bennington Select Board, Monday, January 9th, 2012, at 6 p.m. Jason, can I ask you to lead us in the pledge, please?
Yep. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, next on the agenda are two sets of minutes. First one, December 12th, 2011.
I move they be accepted as printed.
Okay, I have a motion to...
I'll second that.
Have a second. Any discussion on the minutes of December 12th? If not, all in favor, raise your hand. And that's... Chris, how are you doing?
One abstention.
I'm sorry, you weren't there. Okay, 6-4, one abstention. All right, the next minutes are for December 19th, 2011.
I move they also be accepted as printed.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? And the same is 6 and 1 abstention, 6-4, 1 abstention. Next item is the warrants. And there's two sheets of warrants, one packet, then there's a, unless mine came apart, there's another blank sheet, I guess, for McDonald.
Yeah, that was printed after the fact.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll start with John Zink. Any questions on the warrants?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Jason?
No.
Sharon?
No.
Chris?
No, sir.
Justin?
I have none.
Matt?
Nope.
Okay, none this time.
Wow.
Next item on the agenda is citizens. Do we have any citizens out there who would like to speak on an item that's not on the agenda? Michael? We don't have a mic for you. Just come up to this one.
Okay, thank you. And first of all, Happy New Year to everybody. I'm Michael Keane from North Bennington. Pardon?
You don't have to lean down into it.
I don't have to lean down. Okay, this is great.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask a question, how the board feels about the strategic objectives the board was talking about setting, I guess, last March and April, where you feel your progress has been on those? And just wanted to raise it as a general question.
Yes, the board, so, I'll start just by saying some items we've worked on, none of them have come to conclusion.
Okay.
Let's talk the economic development piece. As you know, we're supporting and we're working with the ad hoc task forces out there on economic development. You saw we got our grant approved.
Yes.
For the consultant. The one on the Armory, we have met with the National Guard. That's one that's going to be in progress for some time. Maybe even as many as 10 years.
Sure.
The infrastructure, we're working at, as we speak, actually, when we go through the budget. That'll be one of the major issues we talk about next Saturday when we have our highway and we have our water sewer folks in there to go over their budgets. Other select board members, you want to chirp in on this? How you feel about where we stand on the objectives?
I think I would just pretty much echo what you said, Joe. Looking at the water and sewer infrastructure, I think this board took a hard look at that back a month or two ago. Made some tough decisions to move forward, but I think they were decisions that we had to make, and it will ultimately put this town in a better position. Mm-hmm. Highway infrastructure, I think, is a work in progress with the budget. I think if you look at what happened with Hurricane Irene and what it did to this community and this state, it may have pushed some of that work back a little bit. But now that we're getting ready to be wrapping that up and, this upcoming January, I think we can start to get back on track with some of the things that Irene really might have took us off track with.
Other board members? Just mention something about the rec center. I mean, that was one of them. We're working with the rec center. We've got action we're taking on that this evening. So we can go ahead and borrow the first $50,000 in order to get the exact engineering design done so we can move forward and get that repaired as the voters gave us approval to do so last March. So as we said then, I mean, this is something that's going to be a work in progress all the way through. It's not one there, and hopefully by the end of, or by the town meeting, we'll be able to wrap some of these up to give you a better assessment of where we feel we stand on some of these things.
It's a pretty good one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other citizens? Joanne?
You don't have to lean into it, it'll get you.
It's Joanne Ehrenhaus from the Chamber of Commerce, and I'm just here, aside from inviting the Select Board to the annual meeting on January 20th, I would like to remind the public and everybody here of some of the upcoming events and programs that are going on through the Chamber and some other people. On the 16th of this month, over at the Hampton Inn, we're having our legislative breakfast at 7:15 in the morning. It's $5 a person, and we're holding that in conjunction with SVSU. So it's going to be a really nice, big breakfast with the legislators. And I believe that CAT TV has secured someone to be there to film the breakfast. So it'll be interesting, and you want to be there. Also on the 24th, I believe right here in this room, is going to be the Composites Conference, and that's going to be led by BCIC. So if you want additional information on that, give them a call. But if you're interested in learning on some of the interesting manufacturing things that are going on in the area, the 24th would be an important date to remember.
Joanne, do you know, is this is new to me.
Yeah.
Is this something that Peter's going to come up and just talk about the industry as itself?
I
outside
haven't
people
seen the
coming in?
specific agenda yet,
Okay.
but he's got several of the composite industries booked, and I think he has a guest speaker, at least one.
Stuart, do we know anything about that?
No.
Okay,
All right, so give Peter a call and get the scoop on that.
all right.
Okay? Then the last thing for this month is our Winterfest over in North Bennington. And that's a really nice day that we help to flesh out and provide more activities before, during, and after the Special Olympics Penguin Plunge. And the Penguin Plunge is held at Lake Perrin. There are 3 Special Olympic Penguin Plunges held in the state of Vermont. One in Newport, one in Burlington, and one in North Bennington. So we have all kinds of wonderful activities, from tractor wagon rides around the village. We have the ice carving contest, which is really important. We still have opportunities for more teams to sign up to be carving. And of course, there's Dion snowshoes. We have the after plunge party at VAE. There are 17 kinds of chili being offered for tasting by the North Shaft Lions Club. There'll be the cash bar, live music, the indoor kids carnival over at the North Bennington Graded School, and so many other things going on. You just have to come over, grab yourself a little walk-in map, and plunge in and have fun.
What's the date on that?
28th of
28th.
January, Saturday. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Any other citizens? Okay, if not, next item on our agenda is the March 2011 Annual Town Meeting Warning Validation. Stuart, you want to explain this?
Yes, apparently the last time we did a bond issue was for the water system, probably more than 5 years ago. Last year, we had a question on the ballot regarding the bonding for the recreation center repairs. And the warning requirements for warnings containing bond issues are different. It requires more postings, 5 instead of 3. And it requires the warning be posted in a newspaper, a local paper, at least 3 times on the same day in 3 consecutive weeks. We were not aware of that. Town clerk's office obviously was not aware of that. We moved forward. I thought we got plenty of press on the warning itself and on the bond issue, so I don't think that's a question here. But in order to follow up with the next item, which is to begin borrowing that money, we need to prove to bond counsel that in fact we have validated the warning and the results. And there is a resolution prepared by bond counsel attached. I don't think you need to read the warning, but you can certainly move to accept the warning, and then it is for the town clerk to attest.
Okay, does everybody understand what we're talking about here? Any questions? Could I have a motion to waive the reading of the resolution?
So moved.
And a second, any discussion? Not all in favor? That's unanimous. And can I have a motion to approve the validation resolution?
So moved.
Second.
And a second, any discussion? All in favor? Again, unanimous. Okay, the second piece of this is the actual Town of Bennington bond anticipation note. We're asking for $50,000. This is for the detailed engineering report, correct, Stuart?
Yes. This will get us through to the actual bid documents that will be then placed for bid. It'll give us a lot more detail on what will be required to effect the repairs, and we've already learned that some good news. The roof is not in as bad a shape as we originally thought. That should reduce the cost of the project, and the east wall, which is the interior wall of the pool, is not suffering the same kind of deterioration in the columns that we found on the west and south walls. So that too is good news. So hopefully we'll be seeing a bid product and a bid that will be less than what the folks have authorized us to do.
Okay, great. Again, can I have a motion to waive the reading of the resolution?
Can I
Or
just
go ahead.
say that I'm an employee of
Yes.
People's United Bank, and I am not involved in the department that does this type of lending, so, just so everybody knows.
Okay, again, can I have a motion to approve the bond anticipation note, line of credit, $50,000?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor? That's unanimous. Can I have a motion to approve the line of credit, $50,000?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on actual going forward for the money, line of credit? All in favor? And again, that's unanimous. Thank you.
There are three documents, Joe, that I'll circulate for your signature, and that is all for the board.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is liquor and tobacco licenses. You're going to circulate those also?
They'll follow right along.
Any discussion on those? Anyone want to talk about any of them? Feel comfortable? Obviously, if you don't need to sign on there. Okay. Then we go right into the manager's report.
I have two action items. Both of them are signature requirement items. The first is a CVPS pole permit, which is a permit request for underground service in our right-of-way to the new rack housing project on North Branch Street. That does require board signature to allow this to go forward, and I will circulate that for signature. And the second is the annual certificate of highway mileage. This year, we're not adding any new road mileage, so it's relatively straightforward, and I will circulate that as well for your signatures.
Will you take a minute just for some folks that may not be familiar with why we submit that, how we gain from making sure?
The certificate of highway mileage is what the state of Vermont based our mileage payment on. And part of what the board is certifying is that the mileage is legitimate. It breaks it into the various categories, and we receive so many cents per mile or dollars per mile based on the category of road we're maintaining. So this is a document which generates about $210,000 a year in revenue for the highway fund.
Okay, thank you, Stuart. Anything else, Stuart?
No, I think that's it. Other than, perhaps I should just, I included it in my informational section, the Union Street Enhancement Project, which was bid late in the fall, had only one bidder. It was determined by the state that that bid was not responsive, and we will be rebidding in February or March. Hopefully there'll be more activity on the bid itself, and we'll know that we're getting a good bid price. And the Union Street Enhancement Project is the one that's been on the books for like 5 years, and we're hoping that we'll finally be able to go forward and begin those improvements.
Okay. Anything else, Stuart?
That's it for me.
Okay, Chris, we'll start with you. Any other business?
I have none tonight, thanks.
Justin?
No.
John?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Jason? Sharon?
Nope, nothing, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, I've got two things. One, Saturday, we discussed sending a letter to the agencies who receive, or who articles we place on our ballot, receiving money, asking them if they would voluntarily reduce their request by 10%. Stuart's prepared a letter. It's been in our packet. I hope everyone's had a chance to read it. Any discussion on this letter?
Joe, the only comment, I think I'm parroting what was said on Saturday, that won't be going to the two libraries.
That's correct. We're not sending the letter to the two libraries. This will go to the other agencies that appear. Is everybody satisfied? Can I have a motion to allow me to sign this letter?
I'll
Send to
move.
the agencies?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
You have a second? Any further discussion? All in favor? And that's unanimous. Thank you. I received a phone call today from Paul Costello. He's the chairman of the Council of Rural Economic Development. They would like, as you know, they are going to use Bennington or come to Bennington to assist us. They would like a member of the Select Board to sit on the steering committee. They'll have their first meeting here on the February 8th at Firehouse in the evening. Is there any Select Board member who would like to sit on that committee? If not, I will obviously do it as the chairman.
What is it for, Joe?
The steering committee, they'll be the ones that actually sit down with other members of that council, determine the scheduling, what's going to take place, who they're going to talk to, where the public hearings going to be held for the work that they're going to do beginning, I believe in March, they're going to start doing the actual work here in Bennington. Any volunteers? Any objections?
So
Do I do it?
moved.
Okay. Second. Okay, so I'll call Paul tomorrow and let him know that I'll sit on that steering committee. Stuart, in our packet was a letter from Benmar Properties LLC. I'd like for the planning commission to tell us when we could sit and meet with them, discuss this. This is one of the things we asked for last time we met, and I think it's been long enough. We need to sit down and talk to the planning commission, reference this.
Okay.
And that's all I have. We have need for an executive session for real estate and contracts. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion.
Seconded.
Discussion. All in favor? Motion's approved. We're going into executive session. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.